Friends, thank you for watching my channel. I just want to remind you, if you need wallpaper, go to www.wallpaperboulevard.com. Tell them Spencer sent you. In fact, if you use my hashtag, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, they'll be sure to give you a 10% off at your checkout. No matter how much you order, they have a wide selection of wallpaper. Check it out.
100 feet. Turn.
So, we're doing another woven material on my channel, and we want to get that side of the fireplace to look like this side. And we're in the house of the pasta queen. She is famous for pasta. And so she has asked me to come to her studio and do her beautiful woven wall covering. And the product that we're doing is a natural product by Hartman and Forbes, okay? It's a Michael Smith product, but it's Hartman and Forbes manufacture. And it is a natural fiber product. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath here. So the challenge is, how do we keep this thick wool covering all around these intricate profiles? Okay, let's get to it. Now, when I tell you that you, the guy or gal who's looking at this for the first time, can do this, I really mean it. You can do this. This sheet here is not severed at all, and it is the bottom of this piece that starts about right here and continues down to the trim. Now, here's what you're gonna need. A sharp blade with multiple breakaways, okay? The other thing you need is a sharp pair of shears. Now, it's very simple after that. What you're gonna do is take the wool covering and bring it to every obstacle. That's an obstacle. This point is an obstacle. However, watch this. This is the first obstacle. This is the second. This requires less wallpaper this way than does this obstacle. So do you see the problem? If you're like everyone else and you simply bring this in, you may wind up trimming it too short. So you want to go choose a direction on which you're going to travel trimming. So I'm going to go from top to bottom. You could literally go from bottom to top. And then you want to deal with each obstacle. Now, our very first obstacle is this. Watch. You see how the stress is causing this to buckle? That means that we have to trim this first so that we can get the wall covering into this profile here. And then this is your second obstacle, this bump out. See this? This protrusion here? And so this is where your scissors come in. You're going to cut the wall covering right like this, watch. And the point of your shear is going to be at the outwardmost part of this obstacle. This is about 1.5 inches, and you want to trim no further than the outermost protrusion of it. Then you bring your wallpaper down here. This is a minor one, this protrusion. This is another minor protrusion. And then this is the other one, and you can't get this wrong. If you cut too much, you'll have a gap of wall space, no wallpaper there. So you don't want to go anywhere beyond this point, and your shears are going to be level horizontally with this protrusion, so that you can slice the wallpaper right into there and deal with the rest of your protrusions as we did here. Okay, that's the theory. Now let's put it into practice. One of the nice things about working for the Pasta Queen is that they leave you alone and you get hot cappuccino. Okay, can't complain. One last thing, a nice clean sponge. Let's get to it. Remember, I told you, what's your first obstacle, right? Now, if we go downward, we may overcut. So we don't want to do that, especially if we're new. Now, if you can get yourself a helper these days, do it. So what I'm doing is theoretically I'm going upward, so I can't cut too much of my wall covering off. So I've eliminated that stress point. It would be really good if I had a helper holding this, but I don't. Okay, so here comes the shears. Okay, so I'm gonna, the main consideration is don't cut too much. Now the benefit of using shears is that if you do cut too much, it's easy to join the two pieces on each side of the cut that you make, rather than using a blade. Okay, if I had a helper, I would tell him, hold this right here, so it doesn't do that. But I don't, so let's make believe. Okay, so now, if you don't understand all this business about the obstacles, put your blade right in the corner without the blade out. Put it in with the blade retracted. That's where you want to cut, where your blade is stopping right there. Okay? You understand that, right? So that you don't cut too short. It's okay to cut too much, but I'm pushing the material into those profile areas where the wallpaper will live for its duration. Now, I could trim this, and I think I will. The benefit of retracting your blade is that you won't cut your face. Like I just brought the blade to my face, and it wasn't out, so I didn't cut my face. I'm not kidding, it's very dangerous. Now you see how it's fitting in there, okay? Okay. Okay, so now we have our wallpaper, making sure that the corner is secure. I'm holding it down with one hand and I'm pushing it in with the other. Bring it right to the furthermost protrusion of this bulge, right? And this is where the scissors come in. I'm holding the point with this finger and then I'm trimming it right toward my finger. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now do you see the importance of only going to the point at which this wall meets the protrusion? Okay. Now watch this. We want to just make a vertical incision where that bulge is so that the wallpaper is less stressed. Now, look, I'm pushing this in. I'm making the wallpaper live in that protrusion. And look what I'm doing. I'm rocking my blade. You don't see me dragging it like this. No, I'm rocking it. I'm finding the point at which this bulging trim brings it into the wall, okay? And then I'm perforating. Watch this. I'm perforating here. I'm perforating that. I'm finding all of those areas where the wallpaper will have to be cut, okay? Now, as I go upward, I'm meeting stress, right? That's the benefit of perforating the wall covering, so that the stress is relieved. This guy don't know what he's doing. Where's he from? Hey, look this guy up. He was a cop. What does he know about wallpaper? Now, you don't want to wet your wallpaper down with a wet sponge, but a damp one won't kill it. Okay, so let's push the wallpaper in. Look at that, I'm stabbing the corner. This is pushing that wallpaper in. Okay. Now I'm gonna go upwards with the blade. I'm rocking it upward. And really, what am I doing? I'm just perforating. We all have dealt with perforated paper, right? Perhaps you receive a check and the check is perforated, right? It's perforated when you separate the description of the payment from the check itself. It's easy to pull apart because a machine has perforated it, right? Okay, now let's see. Okay, now you see how I've made it easy because of simple perforations to remove the paper, right? Now watch. Look at that, gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. And all we did. Now this is woven material. You can't, you have to be more, well, conventional wall covering wouldn't give you such a hard time, but you gotta be super careful that you don't overcut wallpaper. This is not wallpaper, okay? And I'm not a wallpaper hanger. I'm an artist. Just kidding. Just joking. I don't like when he jokes. You know what I can't stand on my YouTube channel? And it's usually a guy, but females do it too. But how long did it take you to say 2 minutes worth of information? You took 20 minutes and wasted my time. You know what I do to guys like that? I go to their channel, which if you're on YouTube, you have a channel. Even if you don't post anything, you have a channel. I block you. I block you because I don't want to get my Brooklyn up. I hate getting my Brooklyn up. I just block you. Okay, so now, check it out. I think we're good. This guy, babe, this guy. And then you get the guys who love you. Where you from? I love your accent. How you doing? Oh, man. Okay. My back hurts. My back hurts. Okay, so now I'm not only pushing it into the corner, but I'm using more of my smoother, the first inch or two, to put the wallpaper, the wall covering, around the profile as I rock both the blade and the smoother. The reason I'm using the smoother to rock with the blade is so that my blade has a fence against which to be guided so as not to cut that which I don't want to cut. If I don't use the fence, I'm liable to simply cut more than I want. Okay? If you're impressed by my grammar, I suggest that you get the book that's called 30 Days to a Better Vocabulary. I read it twice, so it took me 60 days. Just kidding. Oh, gosh. Now. Okay. Now, since I should go get my other smoother. No, let me go up here. So again, I'm going to the corner and I'm gonna rock my blade upward. I can already tell I perforated it well because it's really coming off nicely. Oh, man. Anytime you can cut excess off, you're reducing the stress that is placed on your project by the extra wallpaper. So trim when you can and get rid of it. Okay, now let's just say you fail here, okay? You can always take a color pencil and color the edge, you know, in case it looks sloppy. Okay, so my tool. Let me go get my other tool. One sec. Okay, so I've gotten my tool. And this is a highly sophisticated tool that you can get off of Amazon. Or you can simply take your switch plate off and make believe that you're using a real tool and make everybody think you got a tool for everything, while you tell them that it's not a tool and hope that they were not listening. Okay? Okay. She's looking good, girl. And she's looking mighty fine now. Wow, look at how good I am. Look at that. I sing this song at home. I don't know where I got the ditty from, but it's just in my head. I didn't get it from anyone. So I'm thinking about copywriting it. And it's just, she's looking good, girl. And she's looking mighty fine now. Because I like singing to myself. Now, this is the hard part. You don't want to cut too much. That's just it, baby. Come on now. Come on now. You got it. Oh, yeah, baby. You got that. You got that. Okay. Wow. Now I'm going to share something about myself. Very few of you will even care about it. You won't care about it. I deal with a lot of, no, you know what? I'll skip it. It's a personal story. I'll tell it on another video. Because I'm actually annoyed about it. Okay? So we'll do that another time. Okay. So, very nice. I go into my wallet sometimes. And, you know, I take out something that I need. I'm not advertising for Lowe's. Although, I gotta say, they're all right. I gotta say that. Okay. What the card does is allow me to get in real tight cut, you know? You know, so I can take something that thin off, you know? And you can see how nice and tight the cut is. Now, to make it nice and neat, you simply take your smoother and push it in. Now, if you're doing a video for YouTube and it doesn't look neat, just don't publish the video. This way, everybody can think you're an expert and you always succeed. It's part of success. To make people think you're always good, even if you're not, right? How many of you come out to the public right after you wake up? No, right? Because you don't look your best. So you put on makeup, you do this, you do that, and then you come out, right? Same thing. You're hysterical. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, remember I talked about scissors, right? Where's my scissors? Scissors, where are you? Oh my gosh. Where are they? come on, man. Now I'm getting annoyed. I don't know where my scissors are. And I don't like editing my videos because they take a lot of time, but I better find them really quickly. Okay, I officially cannot find them. I'm still not gonna cut this out of the video. It's so annoying when you can't find your tools. And sometimes they're right in your hand. Here they are. There it is. Here we go. Anyway, as I was saying. Now, here's where the scissors come in. I got a lot going on here with this profile here. I'm gonna just cut right into it. Cut, 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 cut. See, the wall stops here, so you can't go wrong, right? So remember I said outermost protrusion? You gotta get it on the bulge. If you don't, you cut too much. Okay, don't do that. Listen to Spencer. You know why you should listen to me? Because I've already made my mistakes. Somebody recently told me that I wouldn't be good giving advice on a particular issue. He said, you can't give advice on this. But I disagree. Here's why. If you have failed at something in your life, aren't you the guy to go to? You know, we all tell our kids, don't do that, man. Don't do that. I did that, right? Right or wrong? So anyway, I disagreed. I didn't tell the man. Now you see all these cuts I have there? Those are relieving stress that's on the material. Now when you have a curved obstacle, you want to make multiple cuts. It's a real place where you can make lots of mistakes. Multiple cuts allows you to essentially copy the profile of the curve so that you don't cut off too much, especially when it's going inward like I'm about to cut. Okay, I'm not going to talk here. Okay. Oh. See the profile's going in? You see how far I'm pushing that in? Let me bring you up close. You see that? That's deep in there. So now, I push in there, go slow, 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 slow. Gorgeous. And then in the other direction. Look at that. Look at that. No need to doctor it up by inserting wallpaper in the corner. Why? Because I went slow. And that's what I'm telling you. You gotta go slow. Okay? If you fall short and you don't get it into the point, stretch your material into there. Okay? When it's all dry, you do this. You take the blade, brand new blade, and you just trim and move it. Don't do it when it's wet. Okay? Do it when it's dry. Okay? That's how you do it. Okay? Now, don't beat yourself over the head now. This is frayed off, F-R-A-Y-E-D. And so, you know, of course it's going to be frayed. It's woven material. So all you got to do is clean it up afterwards, that's all. And then, you know, you can work at the Pasta Queen's house. Pretty amazing. You know how it all began for me? I met this wonderful guy named Wesley. He runs wallpaperboulevard.com. He's an entrepreneur, young guy. He calls me one day and he says, your work is great. I'm gonna make you famous. I said, yeah, right, who are you? Well, guess what? He made me famous. Thank you, Wesley. He's a good man. I love you, brother. Thank you. And ever since then, you know, things have been uphill. I mean, downhill. They're going good, whatever the phrase is. All right, man. Hold on, dude. Don't rip anything. Okay. Hey, on a serious note, a friend's wife, she had stomach cancer. So they were scared. It's praying hard for the woman. Really hard. And they went in, they took out a third of her stomach. And they said, give us a few days so we can examine the labs. Guess what? They came back. No cancer left the stomach. Every other piece of tissue they removed was cancer-free. Okay. Isn't that great? Isn't that scary? You go into surgery, right? You don't know if they're gonna be removing your whole stomach, half your stomach, or what. Oh, man. You come out with a renewed look on life, right? Anybody out there know what I'm talking about? I'm sure I do. Have some folks out there who know that feeling, right? Okay, let me cut this properly. All right, come on now, get that in there. Gorgeous. Just in time for my assistant. Just finished.
Fantastic. I'm gonna get Nadia, okay?
Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay, now. That is awesome. Okay. Now, what do you think, folks? All right. Come on now. Let me show you the final result. But I want to clean it up. Okay? I'm going to show you the, just before I clean it up and then when I clean it up. Let me show you. So you don't think I'm doing anything to you off camera. Okay, look at that. Okay?
Let's see what's not there.
Ah, sento in rosso? Un po' parte di sprint. Il reggiseno non ha. Oddio! No. No.
It's too close, that's all. Nadia, come turn your body a little bit more this way.
No, just...
Yeah. I'm aware. Okay.
Try to restart it too. Like, ting. No, I mean the phone. Like, move away and move back. Yeah, okay.
Move it up or down.
down here
Yeah,
or
there.
down? No,
Down.
down.
Try blue. So
Blue.
with blue, you have to press on
Okay.
it and then just.
Okay.
Okay, these lights doesn't seem to be working now.
Do you
No.
want to talk to him downstairs and then we show it like your back and his back pointing to this wall, and we kind of do it that way?
Ma possibile non si può trovare una canzone soluzione per queste cazzo di luce?
It was better on that side maybe. Like if I stand in front of the window.
You'll get backlit though. But we can
Let's
try.
have a look.